You are tuned in to What Up Baltimore online radio. Please note that the views and opinions expressed on this channel are of the host and not of LadyJ Media. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, What Up Baltimore TV. And if you really don't want to miss any of the shows, hit that notification bell and you'll get a message every time we come on. Now, we got it from here, so sit back, relax, and stay tuned. Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Dr. LadyJ. We're going to skip all the other stuff because we got Shawn Gardner on, and we know that Shawn is calling us from the inside, so we want to make sure that Shawn has enough time to talk. While we're on here tonight, we are speaking with Behind the Wall Mentors. We have Bakari, Atibi on here, and also Christopher Dees. And actually, last week we were in the middle of a show, and as I told you all, I had a client that I was working with who had just gotten out, got exonerated last week, and I was in the detention center doing the show. And I got a message that he was about to come out. So I had to jump off real quick. And I said, guys, let's do this next week. So here we are. And actually, the young man is going to be coming on. I sent him the link, so he should be coming on in a few minutes. But how you guys doing tonight? We got Shawn, we got Bakari, we got Christopher on here. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
Great.
Great. How you doing?
Awesome. And then we have another gentleman who's with Shawn right now. He's going to be talking to us and telling us some exciting news in a few minutes. So I want to pick up where we left off last week. And Christopher, if you could just bring us up to date one more time about the that bill that you were telling us about last week.
Yeah. And I can be really quick. Once again, Christopher Dees. I'm the Assistant Vice President of Cornerstone Government Affairs. We're a lobbying firm out in Annapolis, and I represent two specific clients. One, the Job Opportunities Task Force, which focuses on eliminating barriers to employment for workers, and Out for Justice, which is an organization run by formerly incarcerated individuals for the benefit and policy advancement of other formerly incarcerated individuals. So criminal record expungements is something that's huge to us. There was a bill called the REDEEM Act, and what that bill simply did was it looks at the waiting periods before an individual can get their record expunged. So it looked at the time period. And right now in the state of Maryland, before this bill passed, if you had a misdemeanor of any sort that was eligible for expungement, you had to wait 10 years to get that record expunged. Now that this REDEEM Act has passed, you now only have to wait 5 years. So that time is cut in half. For nonviolent felonies, you'd have to wait 15 years. Now that the bill is passed, you only have to wait 7. There were some carve-outs thanks to the Prince George's County State's Attorney's Office, which theft and burglary is at 10 years right now, but second-degree assault, common law battery, all these things are now at 7 years. So the bottom line is that the waiting periods for when you can get an expungement have been slashed in half. That was Senate Bill 37. It was called the REDEEM Act. Our sponsors were Senator Jeff Waldstreicher of Montgomery County and Sandy Bartlett of Delegate Sandy Bartlett of Anne Arundel County. This is a bill we've been fighting for almost a decade now, more so even trying to get things expunged in general. And now this is probably the biggest expungement reform within the last decade. So it's one major step in the right direction. And we're looking forward to seeing this sucker get implemented. And it goes live. Last thing I'll say, because I talk pretty fast. It goes live October the 1st, 2023. So if you or anybody that you know has a record and the charge is eligible for expungement, all you have to do, call me, let me know, an expungement lawyer know, and we can get that record expunged for you and let you go off free. So that's the big news. As always, I'll put my information in the chat. It's huge, but I'll leave it at that.
Huge, yes. Huge and exciting news, especially for those who have been waiting. Because Christopher, sometimes when we were down in Annapolis, the guys were actually testifying and saying they've been on parole for like 13, 14, 15 years, and it's affecting them being able to get a job. They haven't gotten into any trouble but it's been affecting them being able to progress and move forward. So this is really great news. Thank you for sharing it with us. And again, everyone, if you know somebody or if you are that person, please, contact me. You can contact me. There's a number on the screen and I can get you in contact with Christopher. All right. Thank you so much. Now we have Shawn Gardner on the phone. And as you all know, Shawn has been on here a few times. Shawn is currently incarcerated, but he has an amazing program. And I want Shawn to come on and tell us a little bit about him and tell us about this program. And before I forget, everybody, starting tonight, these shows will be on iHeartRadio starting tonight. So you'll be able to go on iHeartRadio, pull up WUBO, LadyJ Media, and you'll be able to go back and listen to it podcast. You'll be able to do that. So it's recording right now. So Shawn, thanks for joining us. I know you got a special guest there too, but tell us a little bit about what you do and about your program.
I'm the founder of Behind the Wall Mentors. It's a group of guys that started back in like 2008. So, a group of guys I handpicked that really had the same vision I had the motivation to really get in contact with the youth so we can try to get the youth and keep coming into prison. So we started off writing letters to different organizations that had at-risk youth, things of that nature. And over the years, we was able to get sponsors. We can be able to give back to the youth, like bicycles, back-to-school events, and a lot of events inside of Baltimore City. And then the food of our Behind the Wall Mentors was released. Then we started Beyond the Wall Mentors. That's why brother Bakari on here. He's a Beyond the Wall mentor.
Mm-hmm.
And we all have books because we all came together because really we all have our own self-published books. So it's like out of 6 of us, we probably have like 23 different books published, self-published ourselves.
Wow.
So we try to use our literature to reach the youth as well. And then using our backgrounds and where we came from to let them know, man, you don't really want to go down that road.
Right. And Shawn, I'm just so impressed with everything that you're doing. Hey Ray, how are you? The phone number's on the screen, Ray. It's scrolling across the screen. I'm just so impressed with everything that you are doing. And Bakari, you're on the outside. Tell us what you're doing on the outside with the program.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So yeah, like Shawn was saying, Behind the Wall Mentors started on the inside, and now that a few of us have since transitioned out of prison, now we promote them Beyond the Wall Mentors, right? And we the ones that kind of put everything together. Like Shawn, he does good with getting a sponsorship. We bring our team together. This past summer, we had a back to school event, moon bounce, food. We gave away like 100 book bags with school supplies in them. We did the bike giveaway where we had a bunch of bikes donated. We assembled the bikes and gave them away free to the community. People could come up with their children and get the bikes. Just sponsoring different events. We have a talent show coming up on May the 20th for the youth where they can showcase their talent and, express their creativity in positive and meaningful ways. We just got a lot of stuff we're doing. So right now, we're just trying to bridge the gap between what was done on the inside and bring it out here, in a way that's meaningful for the community and for the youth.
Right. And can you give us an idea of, somebody was asking me this, like, what is the success rate when the guys come out and they go into these types of programs?
It depends. It depends. So for instance, I'm also the community liaison for Hope Baltimore, helping oppressed people excel. And that's what we do. We work with men and women formerly incarcerated that's transitioning out of prison, and we help them navigate the different barriers and challenges that they face upon release. And, in the 4 years that we've been doing Hope, I think out of like 30 guys, 30 men and women, we might have lost 4. In the last 4 years.
Wow.
Most of our guys are employed. Most of our guys have businesses. They've gotten their own housing. Like, they're doing very well. And I'm glad you asked that question because, you know, the media tends to publicize the recidivism. They tend to publicize when guys come out, you know, and they relapse or they fall back into the hands of the criminal justice system. But there's many success stories, right? Many success stories. And that's why these resources are so important. As long as men and women come home and get connected to these programs, people say it's no program. It's a lot of programs out here. People just have to do the work. Like, the resources there, but you have to do the work. Nobody's going to give you anything. You know, as long as you're willing to work, you know, there's programs, there's resources, there's many of us out here that's supporting those that's coming out because nobody understands that process more than the man or the woman that's already transitioned successfully back into society.
Wow. Can you tell us about some of the things that you have going on the outside?
Yes. So like I said,
In the program?
yeah, so like I said, so right now I got a few things going on. I started an initiative over in East Baltimore, the McElderry Park area, the Monument Street area, where I'm doing syringe cleanups. Right, they having a big issue with syringes in a lot of these alleys, a lot of these parks. You know, even on the streets where these children are walking up and down these streets every day. And we had an incident last summer with where a young 8-year-old ended up stepping on a dirty syringe. So, you know, I brought a team of guys together, and, you know, once a week we go throughout different neighborhoods in East Baltimore, hot spots, so to speak, and we clean up syringes. So we got the syringe cleanup going on right now. Like I said, we got the talent show coming up with BTW mentors, so the youth can showcase their talents and their creativity. So we also have partnered up with Hope Baltimore. We've partnered up with Baltimore Core, where we're going to actually be a site for Baltimore Core, where people can get trained to become community health workers in the community. So what these community health workers will do, they'll do wellness checks, right, on people. They'll go out into the community, connect and engage the people in the community, and then connect them to those resources. Once we do a needs assessment and see what a person needs, we directly connect them to those resources so that they can have those resources. So that's another project that we're working on right now.
I want to really commend you guys, Bakari, Shawn. I want to really commend you guys for what you are doing, because I said this last week and I say it every time. What society shows us is that you guys get locked up, you come back out, and you go right back in. That's what we see. And we don't get to see what you were just talking about, or we don't get to see that Shawn is on the inside and Shawn has all of these great things going on. We don't get to see that. So this is why I'm always pushing it. And I just want to say I appreciate and I applaud you all so much for the hard work that you are doing, because you didn't have to do it. So I really applaud you for that. Christopher Ricketts just popped on. Christopher was actually the young man that I was working with who was incarcerated, and we're going to get to him in a few minutes. But thanks, Christopher, for coming on. We're going to get to him in a few minutes. Shawn, you had some good news to tell us about your cellmate.
Yeah, J.S. Russell, and he's going to be the sixth Beyond the Wall mentors who's serving 50. I'm going to let him tell you this.
Okay, all right. Tell him to speak up a little louder so we can hear him.
Good evening.
Hey, how are you?
Man, I'm wonderful.
Awesome.
First of all, like, God is good. I'll tell you all about this story. What you want? Want me to start from the beginning or what?
Listen, first of all, I want you to tell us the good news that you told me yesterday. Tell us that good news.
Exactly. Well, the good news is that I'll be being released to the reentry program in PG County. Now, one is always good for guys if they're released from this situation. But let me tell you why this story is remarkable. I came into the system with life was suspended by 50 years. After 5 years off of modification, it just took off 1 year, so that still left the life all suspended for 49. Now, I've been grinding. Like, I met Shawn in like 16 with the self-publishing class that we had. Man, this is 7 years later. I got 8 books. Shawn got 8 books. And now 12 years total, and I'll be getting free.
Wow.
So that's everything. Like, we started off with just encouraging, letting us know with different guys with this newsletter.
Mm-hmm.
We've done that as I became a behind the wall mentor. Now we done evolved. We about to have a magazine out now for the people. And also you can check us out. BCW mentors on IG. So we just been grinding. Looking forward to working with Bakari, Dre, E. Some of our other beyond the wall mentors out there. And it's just been a wonderful experience because there's been so much sitting in here trying to figure out a way. Trying to do this, trying to do that. There's so many letters that have been put out, so many things that we've been trying to do also to make sure that the young guys in here and out don't repeat the mistakes that we've done. So to be able to get this opportunity not only for this reentry program to be able to learn from them, but to also go out into the world and to be able to really expand on the work that we're doing. And, it don't stop. I got some behind the wall mentors that I need out there with me so we can really take this thing up or not.
Yes. I'm really happy for you. I know Bakari is looking forward to you coming out so he can work with you when you come out. And I love the fact that you're not just coming out to nothing. You're actually coming out to a program. You got men out here who understand where you've been. And so they're going to be able to help you because it's different out here now. After 12 years, it's different out here. So you're really going to need somebody to kind of, hold your hand and walk you through this crazy, crazy world that we live in right now. But I wanted to tell you too, I went and I listened to your poetry last night. And it's powerful. Wow. It's powerful. So I got a brother that does a show on my station, and I'm going to talk to him because I want him to put you to interview you on this program. But I definitely. Yeah, I love that. Let me hit these comments real quick before I go any further. So Ray, you said you need the numbers 443-297-4753. You can actually call in. Anybody can call in. That's the call-in numbers actually on the screen. We got Michael Randolph. He says hello from Tampa. Hey, Michael, I'm coming down to Florida this weekend. Let me see. Ray said, do you fight for the state to school people in jail and vote tech? Do you fight for the state to school people in jail and vote tech? I guess he's asking you that, Bakari.
Yeah, so most institutions now have some type of vocational training program or some type of technical training program. If it's an institution that a brother's in that is not there, then we need to get that information so that we can begin to reach out to the admin because there's money for that. And DLLR finances that, funds that, Doors funds that. So it's money for that. And most institutions have some type of program, right? Some type of vocational or some type of tech program. But the ones that don't, then we need to know. We need to know, right? And it's a process. Like it's a process for those that's on the inside that want these programs. They need to start writing petitions and putting letters together so that we can start taking them to our lawmakers and start making some noise on that for them.
All right.
If I could jump in really quick on that. Sorry, let me just say this. So both my clients, Job Opportunities Task Force and Out for Justice, fought for years, really since 2012, to get what was called diminution credits for individuals to get themselves educated while they are incarcerated. And that was a hard fight. We ended up passing legislation in 2021, and it is now in effect that if you do manage to secure a bachelor's degree, a GED, bachelor's degree, or a vocational training, like a certificate for vocational training program, then you get want to say it was 60 days off of your sentence, right?
Mhm.
It's 2 months. And just so you guys know how legislation works, because I feel like this conversation gets lost, just to get 2 months off of a sentence that could be 20 years was about almost a decade's long fight. And that was from, I believe it was either the right investment or another policy proposal, that recommendation that was put in place that told people to do that. And it, like, we have a very conservative legislature. And I just want to highlight this because I'm listening to what Bakari is saying, what Mr. Shawn just said. And when you're dealing with Maryland politics specifically, one of the most forgotten groups of people is the returning citizen. Yet Maryland has about 1.6 million individuals on the rolls right now that have a criminal record. Some living, the vast majority are living, some like dead. But the bottom line is that like there's a lot of individuals in Maryland. Do not sleep on how large the returning citizen population is in the state of Maryland. So there's going to have to be a shift, since Maryland specifically locks up more African Americans per capita than any other state in the union. There's going to have to be a shift where if you have this massive amount of population that's coming back, you're going to have to train them, you're going to have to educate them, and you're going to have to ensure that they have access to employment and wealth so that they don't recidivate. And I just want you guys to know that it's very important to kind of be in contact with Bakari, be in contact with myself, talk to guys like Shawn who are out here doing the work, because like, it gives us the motivation to keep fighting when you're going up against legislators and trying to make the case, because there's a book called The New Jim Crow. It exists for a reason, that once you have a criminal record, you are officially a second-class citizen. And It's a population that people just seem to either don't care about or forget about or think it's justified. I'm all about reentry. I'm all about, once you've done your time, you're now back on the streets. You need to be able to participate in society like everybody else. And yet we have all these laws that are in place that really hold a person back from even trying to get themselves reinvested. I'll say this and shut up. 60% of individuals after 1 year of being released from incarceration still cannot find employment. And that's because over 85% of employers in the state of Maryland alone do a routine background check and will deny access to employment for that reason. So we're putting all this energy into it. I know as a lobbyist, I put a lot of time, energy, and effort into this work, because I want to see everybody have access to opportunity regardless of the past. And if you don't give them access, then you're going to have this vicious cycle, which on Fox News, they'll talk about the consequences of, let me say it like this. They'll talk about the consequences of not investing in the Maryland population. So I don't want to hear any crying about these people were doing this or doing this, because we chose not to invest in them. So what are people supposed to do when they don't have access to housing, education, employment, public assistance, occupational licensing, or even business loans? What are they supposed to do to survive? But I'm on the soapbox. I just want to say there was legislation that fought for people on the inside. Looking for that. Sorry, I didn't mean to take over, LadyJ.
No, you're good. It needs to be said. You know, these are things that need to be said, and that's why I do these types of shows, because people are not saying it, and so we need to say it. Let me get some more of these comments. We got Candy, Lisa Smith. Hello, hey Candy, how are you? Thanks for joining us today. We got Miss Gwen says hello. Thanks, Chris. Oh, Christopher Deuce. Thanks, Chris. This is going to be a great show. Looking forward to hearing from Christopher Ricketts, whose case I requested Dr. LadyJ. I don't know why Miss Gwen felt like she had to say that, but whose case I requested Dr. LadyJ to assist his mother. Like, Miss Gwen, I'm gonna get you right now, okay? Y'all close your ears for a minute. I don't like that, because Christopher Ricketts went through a very serious ordeal for about 90 days. I don't care who requested it. I don't care if it was Mickey Mouse that was in there helping him. The point is, it was a situation where somebody needed to go in. The only person that could go in was a chaplain or the attorney. And his mother was not even able to see him or talk to him. So I have a problem when people have to jump up and say, I did this and I facilitated. And I want to say this to Miss Gwen and whoever else, that the author, maker, and creator and director of my life is Jesus. So you don't facilitate anything. However this thing came around and hit me to walking through those doors, it came through him. So thank you very much for your comment, but no thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna keep it moving. Sorry guys, you'll get to know me after a while. It's just some stuff that just rubs me the wrong way. And that was a very serious and very hard case. So I have not even shown a picture of this young man or talked about, I did this or I did that, because it ain't about me. It ain't about me. It was about getting him out safely. Now, having said all that, Christopher Ricketts is actually on here. And I wanted Shawn and the other guys to hear from him, because you guys are very strong men, and I wanted you to now I wanted to introduce you to him so you can be a part of his life and help him as he continues on his journey. Oh, his phone went out again. There's some things that he can't talk about because now this has become a civil case, but let me just share some stuff while he comes back on. He was actually driving through Maryland. He lives in Brooklyn, New York, back in February. This is February 3rd. And when the police officer asked him his name, he was saying Christopher Ricketts, but they heard Christopher Pickett's. Whoever Christopher Pickett's is, he has, I guess, a long laundry list of crime. And he was also, what is it called? What's the word I want to say? He was, oh my goodness, what is it called? Oh, I can't think of the word. They were looking for him. I can't think of the word. Shoot, I said it again.
He was a fugitive.
A warrant. Yeah, he had a warrant. Thank you. It was a warrant out for him. And so instead of the police listening to this 19-year-old young man that he was not Christopher Pickett's, he's Christopher Ricketts, they put him in a car, took him to the police station. They beat him up very badly at the police station. They immediately locked him up. They detained him. And this young man spent 90 days in solitary confinement and was beaten very badly throughout the time that he was there. Now, when I got the call, he went in on February 3rd. I got the call the beginning of March from Miss Gwen. Let me give her props. She called and said, they're looking for a chaplain to go in. I said, let me run over and see him, because what I don't share with a lot of people, because it's confidential, is that I have been going in and out of the prison system for about 25 years, but I can't talk about my clients because that's confidential information. So if they want to come on and talk, we talk about it. But for the most part, I don't share that part of me. I go and do what I got to do. I come out. Nobody will ever know. But I went in to see Christopher. The day that I went in to see him, his face was so big. His eye was sitting out from them beating him. His nose was swollen. And I had never seen him before, but I knew that he didn't look like that. So when I left out, I talked to his mom and I asked her to send me a picture, and I could see just how badly they had beaten him because they thought he was this other guy. Now, mind you, he had given his birth date. He's 19 years old. The other person is like 20 something. And so he endured a lot during that time. And his mother was not allowed to call him or come and visit. And the one time they did tell her that she could come down and visit, she drove all the way down here from Brooklyn, New York for a 30-minute visit, got here, and they told her they didn't know who had given her permission to see him. So it was a lot of stuff that was going on. And this mother did not see her son until last Monday when I was doing the show with you guys. And we had court. And he was exonerated. The judge, of course, he had to drop the charges because it wasn't him. And the only thing he requested that Christopher do is to get some mental health help because of what he's gone through. And so he's only been home for a few days. And I really wanted, I don't know, I think his phone went out. I really wanted him to talk to Shawn, talk to Bakari, Christopher, really talk to some strong men who can continue to encourage him, because like I told him, I know the days ahead are going to be the days ahead are going to be really hard for him. And so I wanted to make sure that he could be around, you guys, but we'll talk to him when he comes back. But that's kind of, you know, the story and what happened with him.
Lady J, yeah. If for some reason that young brother is unable to get back on, please make sure he has my number. We need to connect ASAP, right? Because it's a
Yeah.
few things that's going to be going on here. And although it was only 90 days, the experience was very traumatic. And he needs to be
Yes.
debriefed, right? The same way when people go in the military, they go to a tour war. When they come back to the States or when they come back to their base, they go through a debriefing process to psychologically make the adjustment from being in a hostile environment back into civilian life. And that's the same thing that we do with men and women coming home. They need to be debriefed. The same way they go see their parole officer within the first 24 hours, they need to be coming to see us and check us out within the next 48 hours so we can help them psychologically and emotionally navigate that reentry process.
I definitely will, and I appreciate that. I hope he can get back on. And Shawn, you know, I think he's coming back. Is he coming on now? Yeah, I think he's just popping back on. Let me see. Because you know, that Bakari, that was my concern. And but I wanted him to talk to somebody who had been inside, who's now out. I think his mom is on with him. Hold on one second. Yep, there's his mom. Hey, Kashonda. Can you hear us?
Hi.
Hey, Kashonda. And that's Christopher. Christopher, I don't know if you heard us while you had your thing had went off, but this is Bakari, and I'm going to give you Bakari's phone number because he wants to talk to you. Okay? Can y'all hear me?
All right.
Yeah, I'm on radio.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is Bakari Atibi, and I'm going to make sure that you two connect, Christopher, because that's somebody that you really need to talk to.
Yeah,
Christopher,
make sure you give me a call, man. You know,
thank you so much.
I
really appreciate all your help.
I definitely would like to work with you and you know, talk through some things. I've been through that. I done fought with the COs in the jails. I know how the brutality can be. I served 19 years and 11 months. Like, I know what's going on. So, you know, my thing is we just want to make sure that you got the mental, emotional, and physical support that you need to continue on with your life and put that crap behind you, bro.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, Shawn, did you? Shawn, did you?
Talk to you too. I'm still behind the wall, but just listening to what you said, I can understand. You 19, you just driving through, so I can definitely understand. Like, man, what you went through, man. You definitely. I just want you to stay strong and just look for the future. And use it as the minor setback for a major comeback for your life.
Absolutely. And we got Mom in here. Mom, is there anything you wanted to say to these guys?
I want to say to everyone that I thank you for your support, especially you, Miss J. You are awesome. You helped me from beginning to end, and you did not stop.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. It was a pleasure, actually. And meeting her son, and just talking to him. And you know how you meet young people and you know that they not about that kind of life. And the moment I sat down and talked to him, I was like, you know, no, he ain't about this life. He just happened to be he got caught at the wrong time, you know. But I believe, as I also told Christopher, that sometimes things happen to push you into where you're supposed to be. And so I'm loving the fact that, you know, he's going to be able to connect with these men because these are strong men that will really be able. And Christopher Dews also, I'm going to give you his information, Christopher, because these are all strong Black men who can really help you, and they all know about the criminal justice system, and they can walk you through it because you've only been out for like a week or so, and you know the emotional trauma that you're going to go through for the next few days and weeks to come is going to be a lot, you know. So you're going to need to have these brothers' phone numbers so you can call and actually reach out and talk to them. And that's why. Is there anything you wanted to say, Christopher? Christopher, anything you wanted to say? I think their phone is freezing.
Wait, say it again.
No, I was saying, is there anything that you wanted to say?
Yeah, it's freezing. It's perfect.
Yeah, I would just like to thank everybody. I just want everybody to believe in God. He really is a savior. And I really thank you, Miss J, for being there, sticking by my side.
You're welcome. I say, look, I have another son now, because I call him my son now. I was with him like every other day. So I was like, this is my son now. And, I'm just really proud of him. I'm proud of him because, everybody would not be able to go through sitting in solitary for 90 days straight, and some days he said they gave him a 15-minute walk, and some days they didn't. And so, I just want to commend him for having that strength to be able to go through all of that, because I know it was a lot on top of the brutality that was taking place. So, I just commend you, Christopher, and you continue to be strong. And Kevin is saying,
I will. I got you.
Go ahead.
Jay as well, so I wanted to say this to Chris too.
Uh-huh.
Like, this incarceration thing is traumatic in itself, and I make a suggestion that you should try journaling, like writing out your feelings, letting that out, going back reading it sometimes, because that's what's been helping me out. And Lady J, you talked about my poetry. That was part of the way that I cope with incarceration. So you can send him a link to the website, and maybe he can listen to it. Maybe it'll be, something that'll be, uplifting or something for him. But I definitely, Chris, want you to go ahead and, whatever help that they offering you, as far as therapeutic, as far as your mental, spiritual, emotional health, like, use that. But definitely try writing it out sometimes when it feel like it's getting tough. And then, also make sure that you write the way that you want to see your life.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
But also, write how you want everything to turn out. And there's power in that.
That's right. Christopher, I meant to ask you this on Saturday. Are you able to see out of that eye now?
No, not from far distance. I can't see far distance.
Okay. So when I went to see him, I was telling you all that he had been beaten. His right eye was where he was beaten. At the time that I was going in there, he couldn't see at all. And they had given him some glasses just a few days before it was time for him to come out. They gave him some reading glasses. But you're talking about a young man that went in there who was able to see when he went in, and now he can barely see out of his right eye because of what happened. And I'm not going to say the detention center, but what happened at the detention center that he was at. So he definitely needs everybody's prayers, support. He wants to go back to school. He wants to go to school now to be a chaplain. So I told Christopher, I'm actually going to do a show where we're going to be talking about that. I'm going to, set up a GoFundMe for anybody that wants to donate and help him out. Really good kid, 19 years old, got a good family, good, everything. And these things happen to our young men all the time. And, we just don't get to hear those stories. And so when we do hear them, we got to support these young men. Thank God that he's still alive. Thank God he's still in his right mind. He was able to come out of there, still doing what he's supposed to do. So we just have to continue support and talk about these stories. Hey, Shawn, are you still there? I think Shawn is probably going to call back because I heard the 60 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're gonna call right back.
Okay. All right. We'll just keep going now. Christopher Dees, what do you have coming up next? I know you got something coming up you're working on.
Oh goodness. So a lot of things, but I'll keep it simple. So the regarding the returning citizen population, this Friday, Anne Arundel County is opening up its detention center for a massive reentry program that I've been working with Mark Briley of the Maryland Alliance for Justice Reform, and Delegate Gary Simmons on. This is District 12B, Anne Arundel County. So they're having this kind of like massive get together. They want to kind of transform how Maryland does reentry, and they want it to be placed right in the middle in Anne Arundel County, because Anne Arundel County is very, very close to Annapolis. So I'll be there. That's, I want to say 9:30. I think it's a whole day situation from like 9 to 3 on Friday for returning citizens to have access to resources, and it's just going to build from there. That's the first thing. Second thing is, at some point, that Redeem Act bill that I talked about that reduces the expungement waiting periods is going to be signed into law. So all of the partners are making sure that we are aware of when that signing date is going to be, when Governor Moore is going to sign the bill, and then we're trying to host some type of get together or event afterwards, because this was a bill that was really hard fought, brought a lot of partners together from all over the place that you wouldn't even imagine. Construction companies, workforce developers, former lawyers, judges, all these other different people. So we want to at least celebrate the victories while we got them. And then we're making plans for next year's bills, because one of the things we noticed is that there are still some provisions in law that allow officers, law enforcement, and some courts to open expunged records with a court order under certain circumstances. So we want to make sure that when a record is actually expunged, that it's entirely expunged regardless of the circumstances. So we're making plans to make that our legislation for next year. And there's a bunch of other things, but Reentry Center, celebrating the Redeem Act, and prepping for 2024 is our big plans for right now.
Wow. Congratulations, Kristen. Thanks for all of your hard work and for keeping us informed about what's going on. A lot of people, and I was one of those people. I didn't know so many bills being passed and so much stuff was going on, and the thing is, when we don't know, bills are passed, and then we're sitting here figuring out like how or why did that happen. And so, I applaud you for everything that you're doing and for always keeping us informed. And please always feel free to come on this platform and let us know what's going on down in Annapolis, because we need to know. We need to be informed about that.
Definitely.
Yeah, is Shawn back?
Yeah, I'd like to applaud you too.
I'd
like to applaud you too, Chris, man, for doing the great work that you're doing. And LadyJ, I would like to thank you for this opportunity, for letting the Behind the Wall mentors be heard.
Yes.
Behind the Wall mentors. And you already said we spoke about us doing a lot of things together in the future. So I would definitely, like I said, we're looking for some youth that has talent to be a part of our talent show May the 20th. They can inbox us.
And Shawn, where is the talent show going to be held at?
It's going to be at the Downtown Cultural Arts Center.
Oh, you know what, Shawn? That's where I do my community church, at the Cultural Arts Center. So
everything we came together.
I know.
Really evolving. Like every time we say one thing,
yeah.
Like, oh, I'm with that. I'm with that. Oh, I know that.
That's what we do. Yep. That's what we do our church every week at the Downtown Cultural Arts Center. Yep. So that's good. And what's the date again?
May 20th.
I said that's amazing.
Yes, it is.
May the 20th.
May 20th. Okay.
May the 20th.
What time?
What time?
Hey, we have a search. I said this Thursday we have a talent search at Security Square Mall. And I had to give you the information so you can put it out there.
Because
if anybody got any talent and youth that's trying to cash prizes, other opportunities for the youth to evolve and be productive.
Okay, because I'm not far from Security, so I guess I'll have to go over there on Thursday. I'm not far from Security Mall. I'm very close to Security Mall, so I guess I have to go over there. But
and then we have the magazine.
Okay.
To get this magazine to all incarcerated youth.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the youth while they're incarcerated now to be able to read these testimonies from some of the Behind the Wall mentors, letting them know that we was in y'all same shoes before. Y'all do not want to go to the adult system. You can change your life now.
Right.
So, this magazine is powerful. It's nothing was done like this before, like a magazine, a prison magazine. a different adult magazine. There's never been a youth magazine of this magnitude. So,
and so let me ask you this, Shawn. How do they get the magazine?
they can inbox us at BTW Mentors
Okay.
on Instagram, or they can go to AuthorShawnGardner.net and order it.
Okay.
Or they can email us at btwmentors@gmail.com. But we really trying to get the community to invest into these young men who are now incarcerated. They're doing time, and we don't want them to think that just because you did it all 6 months and you come back home, now you feel like you can go against the world, like it's you against the world. You want to get them now.
Right.
Because
Right.
I was the same way when I did like 6 months. So when I came home, I thought I knew everything. I thought I was an adult. I was only 16 years old. So
right.
I still was in the streets trying to get these men to understand, these young men to understand, like, they got something for you. You'll be fighting your whole life. You'll be fighting for your whole life. I'm locked up 21 years.
Wow. Wow. And
I had a life sentence with the state and the fed for the same crime. So
Shawn, is there any chance that you would be able to come out, or are you eligible for parole?
No, I got life without parole with the state, and there's no parole with the feds. So basically, I still have appeals. So I'm working on that. And I know God never chapter in my book. So
yeah,
I know I'm coming back out.
Listen, I'm praying for you to come back out, because you were doing such great work, inside, and you got stuff going. Like I said last week, you're doing more work than people that's on the outside that ain't been locked up. So I just really applaud you seriously for everything that you are doing, everything Bakari is doing. Like I just think it's amazing, and I'm definitely going to, like I told you, I'm going to support it. So I have these dates down. May 20th is the talent show, everybody. I'm going to be putting this out so you all, can come and be a part of it. That's going to be at the Downtown Cultural Arts Center, which is on 401 North Howard Street. It's at the corner of Howard and Mulberry. And Shawn, what time is it on the 20th?
I think it's 1 o'clock.
Between 5 and 7. 5 and 7.
5 to 7.
On May the 20th.
Okay.
What time does it say?
5 to 7.
The search is 5 to 7.
Okay. Okay. So the search, that's on the 9th.
Yeah, Security Square Mall.
Okay. The search is at Security. I'm writing this all down because I'm going to put it up after a while. So the search is for 5 to 7 p.m. at Security Square Mall. That's Security Boulevard in Woodlawn, everybody, in Woodlawn, Maryland. That's going to be now the 19th. Is that this May 19th? Is
May 20th. May 20th.
Okay. And the search, give me the date for
even if they can't make it to the search, all they gotta do is just email us, send us a video, and we're gonna make sure they get in there. We're not really we just want the youth to have an outlet to be able to showcase their talent.
Okay.
And we're not even charging, because we're having a shoe drive. So we're not charging people to get inside the show.
Okay. Okay.
So
all right. And it's a talent search. Okay. And
but I'll send you the flyer.
Yeah. Definitely send me that so I can make sure I put it out there so everybody can hear it. And then now, what's the date for the talent search again?
April 27th.
Security Mall. Okay, April 27th, everybody. Security Mall talent search. Is it an age limit on here?
18 and under.
18 and under, everybody. So if you have an 18-year-old or under, make sure you bring them over to Security Mall. I'm definitely going to be over for this. Make sure you bring them over to Security Mall.
They dance, rap, sing.
Mm-hmm.
We just trying to get them an outlet because we telling the youth what not to do. We gotta give them something. We gotta give them avenues what they can do.
Right.
So basically, that's our whole method. So we gotta start with talent. We start with talent, and we gotta teach them how to start their own businesses, how to write their own books, how they can self-publish, how they can be productive. Like that's all what BTW Mentor is all about.
Right.
Give them a way. We have a way. We thought we had one way was the street. So it's more bigger than the street. So that's what we try to let them know.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So we definitely got to get the word out for everybody so we can make sure these young people come out, because definitely in Baltimore City, the youth are really struggling because it's just not a lot of stuff for them, open for them to do right now. So I definitely want to make sure that we push to Shawn, and we'll talk about it more offline too. So as we close out, everybody, I want to get some closing words from Bakari, from Christopher Dews, from Christopher and his mom, Kashonda. Shawn, is Mr. Russell still with you?
Yes, right.
He's still there? Okay. We want to get some closing words from him because the next time I talk to him, he's going to be free. So we want to talk to him for a few minutes. So let me see. Christopher Dees, give us some closing words.
Yeah, man. Stay on the wall. Connect with as many people as you can, especially if you're a returning citizen. If you have anything on the record, there are plenty of good brothers that are out there doing the work. Don't be afraid. Don't be intimidated. Don't be scared to reach out and call, because iron sharpens iron. And I have a lot of respect for Shawn. I have an unbelievable amount of respect for Bakari, for Antoine Carls of Hope, Baltimore. And so, yeah, man, just stay at it and stay connected.
Yep. All right, Bakari.
I just want to say that it's an honor and a pleasure always to be able to come on this platform. Lady J, you're doing real good work. Black media is very important. I think a lot of times we underestimate its importance, and being able to have a platform and an outlet where we can share our voices and our own content. If anybody has a brother, a sister, uncle, or anybody that's recently transitioned or has been incarcerated and is home now and is struggling, please come see me. 811 North Cathedral Street. We have a reentry support group every Tuesday from 6:30 to 8:30. 811 North Cathedral Street. Please come see me. Don't drown out here on your own. There's support, there's help, there's love out here for you. And also any parents that have youth between the ages of 10 on up, please reach out. Beyond the Wall Mentors, Behind the Wall Mentors on IG. Send us an inbox so we can get connected and start helping you support your own.
Awesome. And then I want to get Shawn before his time cuts off, and Mr. Russell. But Shawn, give us some closing words before you go.
To be able to speak. My situation is very stressful at times, but just talking to you motivate me to keep doing the work that I'm doing, and being able to be around a lot of brothers like Bakari, J.S. Russell. We got Marco Lomax. We got Aaron Holly, Josh Shane Walls. You can check us all out on my website, AuthorShawnGardner.net. We try to put in the work, but we just need the support that we need to get.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Don't be don't be discouraged, Shawn.
I'd like to say thank you. Oh, okay.
Go ahead, brother.
Thank you for this opportunity, man. And I'm definitely looking forward to working with you, Bakari, when I get out there. And very thankful for you too, Chris, for doing that lobbying. A lot of this stuff is things that I've wished and prayed about throughout the time because I didn't have the resources coming in here. So hooking up with Shawn and then being able to continue to do the work, and stay focused, these things came about because 12 years ago when I started this, these things like this tablet or social media wasn't around. Now we're building this, so I should encourage anybody to stay focused. You can listen to me on www.jsrussell.com writes.com. My poetry, things that I speak about, all of that, because I'm about to hit the ground running, and I'm going to try to make sure my man and everybody else behind the wall come out. Like, that's what the focus is, because we're going to do awesome things out there.
That's it. That's it. And I'm definitely going to make it my business to meet up with you too when you come out. Because like I said, I love your poetry. I love spoken word and poetry and stuff like that. And I listened to yours last night, and it's really, really good, really good. So y'all make sure you check out his writings and check out Shawn's website as well. And then we have Christopher Ricketts. We're gonna make sure we call that name right every time. Christopher Ricketts. Okay. That's right. That's right. So Christopher, anything you want to say to the guys that's on here?
Yes, I would like to say just keep your head up. Keep moving forward and do what's right for you and do what's right around the people that's around you. I would like everybody to just know that I thank you for just keeping me safe, Keep praying for me. Thank you that you got me out of there. Thank you, Lady J. And just Black Lives Matter, everybody rule. And stay out of trouble.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And Christopher, tell these guys, what your plans are going forward.
My plans going forward, I want to become a chaplain. Lady J inspired me. I also want to get my CDL and just fulfill my dreams, make sure my family's okay financially and emotionally.
Good. That's good. Are you going to be going into therapy?
Right. I'm in therapy at the moment.
You aren't there. Okay, awesome. Awesome. That's good. That's good. Well, these brothers, like I said, they strong brothers. I'm going to make sure they all have your information.
Right.
And I know they do not mind you reaching out when you need to reach out. They understand where you were at and what you went through.
Right.
So, when you having those rough days, those hard days, make sure you pick up the phone and text or call one of these brothers. Okay.
Right.
Please reach out, young brother. Please do.
I got you, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Where's your mom? Is she still there?
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. And Mr. Sandra, we want to continue to hold you up because just as Christopher went through that trauma and that ordeal, I know it was very traumatic for you as well, not being able to even see your son. You were kind of seeing him through my eyes and what I was telling you, but I have a son and I couldn't even imagine what you had to go through for those 90 days. So how are you feeling?
Well, I'm happy he's home. I'm just very happy. And I really thank you for everything you've done for me. Again, everything was through your eyes. So I really had to go with what you was telling me and just knowing that you was there every day. You would not stop going and just making sure my son was okay. And we need more people like you.
I thank God, I give God all the glory. It ain't even about me. I just give him the glory. But I'm thankful that I was able to, be there. And I just want to say thank you. I thank you, son. I just want to say that you have a wonderful son. I want to applaud you for, you can tell that he was raised well, has manners, everything. Even when I noticed, even when I was going to see him, he would always say, yes, sir, say no, sir, to the corrections officers, the people that's beating him, he still displayed those manners. And so, that's a testament to you as a mom. I just want you to know that, I'm sure these brothers are here for you as well. If you have any questions, if you see that Christopher may be, struggling a little bit, I'm going to make sure that you have their numbers, their contact information also, because, they would be able to help you to understand, some of the ways that he may be feeling if he can't express it to you. So, I don't know if you brothers want to say anything to her before we go. This is Christopher's mom, Shawn, and Mr. Russell.
I would just say stay strong for him as well. 19, that's all I just keep saying 19 to myself. Like I'm saying a lot of 19-year-olds come in, but they seem like they want that's the life they want, but I can tell that he really don't want that life. So, and I can just understand that you really was going through something that had to live that your son was getting beat on like that.
Right.
That's I'm speechless about it for real. So. But I'm definitely here for you. If you really think any to talk to, I'm definitely here for you. My brother Bakari, he's out there on the streets now, so if he can come, I know he ain't got a problem with come. If he got to come up there, take him for a ride or talk to him, sit in the car with him or anything, I'm sure he's going to do that.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Just know the support is definitely here. You know, our hearts go out to you and your family. And we commend y'all. We admire the strength and the fortitude, you know, that you all have shown. And yeah, you know, Christopher's gonna go through some things, and I just want y'all to know, you know, we here to support the family, you know, and help y'all navigate that and kind of figure that out as things arise. So you know, we here, we're available. I don't want y'all to feel like y'all, you know, standing on an island by yourself dealing with this experience, because we understand this experience, you know, and we can help support y'all with navigating and moving forward in a positive and a meaningful way.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, guys. Like, I really appreciate y'all. I love you. I'm happy that we've been able to connect in a way like this, because you never know what's going to arise, you know. And I don't know about life on the inside, so I love the fact that I can say I can trust you guys and say, here's this young man. Please take him, you know, work with him and support him, because there's only so much I can help him with, because I haven't been on the inside, you know. So thank you so much. You know, I want to say also, Shawn, that starting tonight, we are this is on podcast on iHeartRadio, because I know some of the facilities have tablets now, and iHeartRadio is on there. So you know, everyone will be who's inside will be able to go on iHeartRadio and actually listen to this as a podcast, what we just did. And so that's something I got to thank Monty Fleming. He actually is inside. I was talking to him yesterday, and, you know, he was like, you know, we could probably be on iHeart. I said, let me check it out. And so sure enough, we can go on iHeart, and then you guys will be able to listen to this afterwards. Anybody that missed the show, they can go back and listen to the podcast. So really happy about that. Bakari, Christopher Dews, Kashonda, Christopher Ricketts, J.S. Russell, Shawn Gardner, to Shawn's wife. Thank you all for coming on to What Up Baltimore tonight. I really do appreciate you. Let's connect again. Let me know what dates you know, y'all have available, and let's get together again so we can keep talking about this, because my goal is to make sure that we see the positive side of people who are incarcerated and they come out, because we don't see that. And like I said earlier, we're not shown that men and women can be reformed and live a normal life. And so we got to change that narrative. And so that's what this platform is all about. So in whatever way I can help you, please let me know. Shawn, take care of yourself. You know, I'm here. If you ever need to talk, you having a bad day, you or your wife, please pick that phone up and call me. You got both of my numbers. So, you know, pick up the phone, give me a call. I'm here for you.
Hey, Lady
And
J,
yes.
tell Monty Fleming to call me. That's one of my mentees. Tell
Oh,
him
you
to
know?
get in touch with me. Yeah, I gotta do a mental health check on him real quick. Tell him to reach out to me and call me. Yeah, that's one of my mentees.
Oh, wow. Okay. You know what? On Thursday, if you available on Thursday at 7:00, Monty is going to be on the show Thursday, this coming Thursday at 7.
Yeah,
So,
I'll make myself available.
okay. He gonna be surprised. So
Yeah.
definitely, yeah. I'm not even gonna tell him. I ain't gonna tell him.
Don't even tell me. Yeah, that's one of my guys. I mentored Monty for years. Yep.
Wow. Yeah. I love that dude. I mean, he actually was following me on you know, these shows, and I didn't know that some of the guys actually, you know, they listen to the show. And a friend of his reached out to me, and that's how we connected, because he wanted to talk to me about the show. He was trying to make a call, and the show was already over. And so I was just like, on Thursdays, he comes on Thursdays, and we just have these conversations, you know. So this Thursday, everybody, make sure you tune in, because on Thursday at 7:00, Monty is going to be talking about what it's like to be in a relationship when you're on the inside, and how hard and how difficult it is. And he's going to be sharing with you what he's currently going through in his relationship, you know, and the ups and downs that they're having. And so make sure you tune in on Thursday. Listen, y'all, I didn't realize that there was so many people who are involved with, have people that are inside, you know, they're in relationships with them. I didn't realize that. And so it's been an eye opener for me, because I just go in as a chaplain. But as I do these shows, more and more people are reaching out about they're in relationships, and it's hard. It's tough. So we're going to have that conversation on Thursday. And Bakari, you're going to be the surprise on Thursday.
That's right. That's right. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. So Thursday at 7, everybody. That show is actually called Behind the Wall. And it's called Behind the Wall because Monty's on the inside. And so, you know, you see my face, but you hear his voice on there. So definitely tune in on Thursday. And then we got other shows going on for the rest of the week. But y'all, thank you so much. I got to go because my son just ordered me some food and I'm getting ready to go eat. So anyway, J.S. Russell, when you get out, make sure you call me when you get out, okay? I'm going to be looking for your phone call. And Bakari went off. And everybody else have a great night. My name is Dr. LadyJ. Thank you so much for tuning in to What Up Baltimore Online Radio. Make sure you go to iHeartRadio and look for the podcast. It'll be WUBO Radio and it'll say LadyJ Media, but you'll see my picture in there anyway. And check out, this is going to be the first show for this podcast, so make sure you go and check us out. Kashonda, love you. Christopher, love you
too.
Be up in New York soon, y'all, where we can hang out. Christopher Dews, keep doing what you do, sir. You do what you do well. All right, y'all, have a good night, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, Shawn. Take care, Shawn. All right.
Bakari, bro, man, love you, man.
Just wanted to let you know that the host of this show appreciates the time that you've spent with them. Now, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with everything that we're doing. And most of all, thank you for tuning in to What Up Baltimore Online Radio, where the people have the power.